with the idea in mind that, in theory, these two teams could wind up meeting it again in about a month, which of them do you think needs this game tomorrow more?
Well, Greeny, I think Notre Dame needs it more because when you look at what they have coming down the stretch, 3 of their final 4 games are on the road, and there's no guarantee that they're going to be able to win out. You're talking about at Boston College, a Friday at North Carolina, to end the season at Wake Forest, and then they're under tremendous pressure to beat Clemson and win the ACC championship game. By no means is that an easy task, and Brian Kelly told his team, look, even if we win this game, we can't have a letdown against North Carolina or any of those other teams that I mentioned. So the difference this year is that when they're not an independent, they're a part of the ACC this season, so at least they have that chance in the title game for redemption, but it won't be easy to make that up.
Meanwhile, David, we've talked so much about Uiagalelei. What does he specifically need to do against a Notre Dame team tomorrow that has allowed the fewest touchdowns of any team in the country? What does the quarterback need to do?
Yeah, this is a way bigger challenge than he saw against Boston College. And the one thing I love, the thing I love most about his debut was literally, you could tell his heart rate did not rise. Down 18, didn't really matter. He stayed chill and stayed calm. He's got to take care of the football. He's got to make shot plays and big plays in the passing game. There was a lot of misses out wide with him. His wide receivers have to make plays for him, too. Notre Dame is going to play physical. They're going to play discipline. They are going to swarm. This is by far the best defense Clemson has seen. So I think the same thing he showed last week. This is a bigger stage, right? We're talking about this game more. You can lose. You know it's a really good opponent, a top 5 opponent. Now, stay cool, stay calm, and I think his wheels will be the deciding factor in this game. This ain't no small dude. He's 6'5", 250. Like, he is enormous. His ability to run the football will be key in this game as well.
It sounds to me like you like Clemson.
Yes, I do, but I do think this is going to be lower scoring, not new school football. This is going to be lower scoring 2017 type game. But listen, I've seen it with Clemson, Greeny, right? We've seen the championship pedigree come through time and time again, and ETN can make big plays, and they'll hit a few more big plays than Notre Dame, but I do think it'll be close.
How about you, Heather? Who do you like?
I like Clemson as well in this game. I think a big difference is that DJ has had an entire week to prepare for Notre Dame. Remember, against Boston College, it was on short notice. He's got enough talent around him. I think he can do it, but Notre Dame's defense, don't underestimate them. They're very good.
Do you think there's any advantage in home field for the Irish in this game?
No, and I think that's why you're seeing defenses struggle throughout college football even more than normal, because Mark Sanchez and these guys are in heaven because these quarterbacks get to come up there and hard count all they want, and you can hear them. Like, I remember hearing Justin Fields last week go, check 95, 95, and I'm like, dude, if you were at the Penn State whiteout on that sideline and you tried to do that garbage in the game, nah, bro, that ain't happening. So it's so much easier to communicate. This isn't an environment where DJ's going to be doing hand signals all the time. He literally can talk to his guys. He can run dummy snap counts at the line of scrimmage. The defensive line can't tee off because when you play in a home crowd and it's going bananas, you have to go on a silent count. There is no hard count anymore. So now the linemen, instead of looking straight ahead or looking inside at the football, they look at their guy the whole time. And they look at their center. The center's going to lift the head up, and then the ball's coming. So as a defensive lineman, it's a huge advantage. So atmosphere makes a big deal. But I will say this. Uiagalelei was so chill and so calm. Just interested to see if that continues to carry over, even if he gets more pressure this week, because it was baffling the amount of poise he had to me.
Well, David, you told me earlier you expect Clemson to win. Heather Dinich said she expects Clemson to win. Mark Sanchez, who do you expect to win?
I take Clemson winning. I actually think it'll be a bigger margin than a lot of people. I just don't see Ian Book and that Notre Dame offense. They seem to have regressed. All they can do, they're a one-trick pony. All they can do is run the football. So as long as Clemson can slow them down in their rushing attack, I think they win big.
All right, so they would win that game then without Trevor Lawrence, who will be back and able to work out with them again on Monday. Now, for what feels like forever, he has been supposed to be the #1 pick in this coming draft. But, David, you said earlier this week here that you've been so high on Justin Fields that you pretty much have him in the same class as Trevor Lawrence. So we put you to homework here. What have you seen? Let's take a look at some tape.
Man, it's just getting close. And I tell you what, Justin Fields continues to improve, and he's going to with game reps. Just his second year as a starter, by the way. But to me, it was the arm strength. So when you have arm strength, you've got to be able to push the ball from one hash all the way to the other. Look how long this throw is for Justin Fields. This is what you have to do in the NFL. You have to have this arm. Look at the timing, too, by the way. Receiver haven't broken yet. I got to be able to stretch the field horizontally and vertically. How about the accuracy down the field? You want to throw a post? This is how you do it. You want yards after the catch in the future? You want touchdowns? Be able to do this right here. Set up in the pocket, look one direction, throw a dime down the field and drop it right in your quarterback's arms. So that's just incredible, the accuracy he's displayed. And then, by the way, when things break down and you do cover my wide receivers and you do take away the wide side of the field, it doesn't matter. I'm a running back. Big, thick, stocky build, 6'2", 6'3", 225 pounds. Get off me, son. Get off me. Continue to make plays and turns into a running back, by the way. He's not a guy, like, I think Trevor Lawrence is a really good athlete, and you'll see him make long touchdown runs. Justin Fields is a guy you can snap it to and run a quarterback draw. He can make people miss. He looks like a running back. So I've been blown away so far to start the season. There's a lot of data that still is going to come in throughout this season, but I wouldn't overlook this cat because he's looking pretty good.
That was excellent. Mark, do you expect by the time we work our way towards the draft that this will become a tough decision?
Oh, 100%. This is no longer pretty much, kind of, sort of. We started this season, a lot of people said, you know, Trevor Lawrence is here and then the rest of the field. I don't think so. I think these guys are neck and neck, and I really thought it last year in their last two games each. Look at their stats in their last two games. I think Ohio State still got robbed in that game, and if Fields and Ohio State beat Clemson in the Fiesta Bowl last year, it's a whole different narrative. I think the optics are different, but right now it's going to be a GM's decision. They're both incredibly talented, and I'd give them literally, it's going to be Pepsi one way, Coke the other. They're both equal talented.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.